On this video, we're going to clean this part up right here. It's pretty bad. We don't go through all that work and put a dirty one back on. So we'll clean this up just like we did with the everything else. I think we might stick these in the electrolysis and get the rest of it. Go ahead and pull these bolts out and put that in and get the rest of it, because it works really good on light rust. It loosens up this heavy rust, but it doesn't remove it real well. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll put that in the electrolysis, get rid of some of this rust on here. We can let it sit in there while we're going. So let's go ahead and pull these bolts out. We'll put these in the vapor rust.
Take the handle out for this.
They're in there tight.
You've been in there a long time. About 45 years.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty bad in there. Get rid of all that rust. Right. Here's the vapor rust I used on the bolts earlier. And here's some I stuck in here. These are for the brake line. It fastens on the side there over there. And then 2 bolts for the shocks. And then I'll throw these in here. Those sit in there. And there's an R on here and an L on here, so it's right and left. So we know which way to put it back on there. Okay, put those 3 bolts in here and let them set in that vapor rust and get them clean. Yeah, they're opposite each other. They're only going to fit on one way. So let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit more. I think my brush is about gone.
I think so.
So, not much left of the brush, but I think we'll go with that. We'll put these in the vapor rust and let it go. And, or not the vapor rust. Already got the bolts in there. I'll put this in the electrolysis bath that I was using earlier on a couple other pieces on the upper control arm. So we'll put those in there and let those start working. We have these somewhat cleaned up, and I put them in the electrolysis, and I put the right one in yesterday, and we can see we're starting to get some foam coming up over here. So let's go ahead and pull this out, and we'll see how it's looking. Now I went ahead and threw these in as well, just because I figured it wouldn't hurt them to be in there. So we'll pull those out. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Yeah, that's. Set this down here on the. We'll go ahead and disconnect that for now. But that looks pretty good. It's kind of nice and black, so I think that's doing pretty good. That's gonna all rub off really nice, I think. Yeah, it's loosened all that rust up. So we're gonna go ahead and put the other one in and let it get going. So we're gonna put this one in, let it running. Tomorrow night we'll come check it, and we'll see how it's doing. But you can kind of see how that's red and this one here is black. So that's done a really good job of converting the rust. So we'll go ahead and hook this up. We'll check that tomorrow night. Well, here it is after I brushed it. I took a wire brush, brushed it down, hosed it off a little bit, and it's all come off pretty good. I probably need to brush that one a little bit more there, but it turned out pretty good. From all that rust, it's pretty much all gone. There's a few little spots in here that didn't quite come off, but I'll finish that up, let it dry, and then we'll prime it and paint it and be ready to put on. We're taped off where the hub goes on because we don't want to have any paint in there. There's no reason to have paint on there, so we tape that off. So we'll paint the rest of this, and we'll get both sides, and then we'll have that all nice looking. And when the other one gets done, we'll paint that, as well as those plates that we took off of here. We'll go ahead and paint those up too. Here's the axles that are all painted. I painted this all up. Remember, I taped this off so it wouldn't paint it. I got a little bit of rust in there. I'll clean all that off. I took these plates off, stuck these in a vapor rust, cleaned those, painted those, bolted them back on, and then that's what the underside looks like. And here's the left one. You can see with the L right here, left. And that's what the underside of that one looks like. Now these things, these little plates here, covers, they only go on one way. So you get, by the time you get this hole lined up, there's only one way. That hole and these three bolts will line up. So I didn't have to worry about which one I go in because they only fit on one way. So those are ready to go. And as you can see over here, we have the upper control arm ready for the left side. And today we'll go do some more on that. So stay tuned for the next video where we're actually starting to put some of it back together.